I've had a hand in building a lot of houses all around Laguna thanks to my dad. What I might have only seen on the reservation, what I might have only seen in the Southwest. Now I can see the connection further, like how do I make artwork grand size, big and huge? I know, huh? Maybe we could do the next one in a forest or something, or along the beach. I did a residency in Bristol in the UK for a month. I was hoping to meet Banksy. I might have, I'm not sure, but I think he said hello. There's no way to tell because he could have been like a 15-year-old girl. He could have been a 50-year-old man. I have no idea what his age is. He's so mysterious that I could have met him. I'm just not sure yet.
Really? I didn't know it was that. I mean, I know Banksy. I know his work, but I didn't know it was that it goes in deeper to that the mystery of him as well, too.
Yeah, that's the fun mystery. I'm sure lots of people actually know him, but they don't want to admit it because that's the fun part of like, he's built this mystery. I wanted to talk to him though and ask him what it's like to be an artist that you can't claim that you're the artist.
You're probably asking now, he might be watching.
Okay, so Banksy, what is it like? Because I really like signing my name and knowing, yeah, I did this, and then people later saying, hey, you're Marla Allison, you made that painting. I mean, you're missing that one little window that I just kind of want to maybe grab a cup of tea this weekend and see if we can talk about it. You know, I'll be in London. Just saying.
There you go, official invite. Now we're figuring the mystery of Banksy. So you mentioned Deb Haaland, and I've heard the name. I met her before when she was running for office in New Mexico, and which was cool because they had a little gathering on the northeast heights of Albuquerque. And this was about 10 years ago as well. She had 13 female lawyers who are all Pueblo. And it's the first time in history. Yeah. And she said, this is just the start. So that's just my interaction with her. So do you have any more deeper history on that? Because I can't really speak on her behalf.
Deb Haaland is awesome. She's one of the, it's even on the cover of a magazine of Vogue, she's one of the badass women of America. And by blood, she's my aunt as well, my mom's cousin. So we're related through our Laguna side. I've known her throughout growing up. Like we would have deer dances in Laguna where the whole village and outside villages, there's 6 villages of Laguna, they would all kind of come and be there for practice during the deer dance. And, you know, we'd be sitting there laughing about whatever punk kids on the other side were doing or what this girl was doing or how, I don't know. It was just like a village where you know, practice these songs together. And so, yeah, we were pretty much raised in the same space and time and with the same family. And during COVID time, she was a godsend. She'd been in office and I voted for her, just so that's on record. I think she's amazing. She was asking me, hey, can I commission a painting from you? I'm like, oh my gosh, no way. Right when I was like finding moths coming out of my pockets and I'm like, how am I gonna pay rent? What's happening? Like, and well, not really. I mean, I was doing Instagram videos and like starting to sell paintings online, but it wasn't significant. Yeah. And so for her to come out of nowhere, you know, when it was perfect timing, she was like, yeah, I want like a painting that'll fit this one space. And I looked and it was a good size, like where a big screen TV would have been, okay, yeah. But she's not really a TV person. She's very organic and...
she's a library person.
Yeah, and so she knew the significance of my work and then she had followed it. And so she asked me to do a painting of some Hopi women that were ascending up this staircase to go see the dances. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. So I did a few sketches, decided, and then I went to deliver it. And right when I was delivering it, I was like, hey, can we do a video And she was like, yeah, sure. I was like, well, since you're like pro-vote, tell everybody to go out and vote. Let's do this. And so we're like doing this like little video together in front of my painting after it was just hung, perfect spacing, everything. Telling everybody to go vote. Yeah, this Marla Allison, Deb Haaland, blah, blah, blah. We're like, cool. Yeah, go vote. That's what cool people do. And yeah, it got like a whole 200 likes. I'm like, yeah, you know, if I put like hashtag Deb Haaland, it might have been more, but I didn't want to like, you know, try to like claim on her fame. I'm like, this is just me saying, hey, go vote. Because I really believe in it too. You know, I think that's important for people to step up and do their part. But yeah, so I'm a big fan as well as family, and I think that she's got so many great things that she's doing for this world as the Interior Secretary of the country. I mean, she's, what is it, 8th in line to be the president? Yep. So if those 7 insignificant people end up like finding something else, she could be that lady.
Yeah, she can be the first Native female president.
I know, isn't that great?
Like a lot of checks.
Yeah. I mean, I hope nothing does happen, you know, not wishing any harm, but, you know, just saying.
No, we don't want that.
Just saying, like, she's up there on that cool list.
She is.
Yeah.
Joe, retire, give Deb a chance. It's true.
Well,
So where are you taking us in?
let's see, we are going to, so yeah, Cafe Roma. It has some really good eats and tasty coffee, a cool look to it. This place is similar to, it's not that similar, but it has a feel of New York where people are nuts, but then they're also real. And there's a good art influence in this place.
So do you practice anything traditionally? Like if you feel like you're off or you feel like you need to reconnect, do you go back to Laguna, or you kind of reach out to some relatives in Hemis or anything like, or Hopi?
I go straight to the source and go back and rejuvenate in Laguna, but I have a great strength in my people, and I know they give me strength as well wherever I go. So I just say my prayers especially and remember that I'm never alone. Sometimes it's harder than it feels, but...
I feel the same way when I go back to Shiprock. Even though I get tired and worn out, it helps to kind of get some res sand back on me.
Yeah, I mean, to feel the land is, it's tough sometimes. And to be disconnected here, this far away, it's not that easy.
No, it's not like you're just like, all right, I'm gonna drive an hour away.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Santa Fe was. Yeah, now whenever I go home, it's like so much more special. And I wish I could give it more time, but I give it as much time as I can. I was just there.
Yeah, the weekend, because that's the last time you and I talked after you were done with Herd, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really like the rains. I'm a big fan of it. I think that it's quite a blessing. We're at Cafe Roma here in Santa Rosa. It's kind of a hip place where they have a lot of local artists that have some of their artwork on the walls and for sale.
That's cool.
It's just a cool place. The fun part about this place, Ray Schultz used to live here in Santa Rosa, the maker of Snoopy. So there's little Snoopy figurines all around town. So I think there's one right in front.
Okay, we'll take a look at that as we get our food.
Hello. Could I get the caramel locomotive? Just a medium?
Hi, could I get the Americano, large?
Large? Any room for cream in that?
Yes, please.
No, just a
we've got
coffee
a
is cool.
cedar, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay,
Yeah, thanks. I've never been back there. So Ray Schultz is from Sonoma County. I don't know if it's exactly Santa Rosa, but Sonoma County at least. Yeah, so this is the birthplace of Snoopy and Peanuts.
What is hers?
She got caramel locomotive. I got a lemon pod.
She just tasted both of
I
them.
tasted it. I just smelled
It's
it.
okay if you do. You can taste it. I mean, you have my permission.
I just for a second
He
I
has a
thought it
heart.
was mine.
Which one did you get?
I just got a London fog. So
Okay.
mine shouldn't smell like caramel.
Yeah, caramel locomotive. Yeah. So we can see the Snoopy. He's right there.
Okay, can you tell us the significance about that dog over there? Should we check it out?
That dog. The maker of Snoopy, Ray Schultz, is from Sonoma County. And to pay homage, there is a significant amount of Snoopies all around town.
Oh, really?
This happens to be one of them. The conductor, because the train station is right next door to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the Santa Rosa downtown, which is like right in this area.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
Smart train. And so on the top of his hat it says Smart.
Oh. So what does SMART stand for?
I don't know, Sonoma something.
Sonoma
Train.
Metro.
Yeah.
I
I really don't know. And I wasn't really fortunate to be an artist right away, but I was fortunate to have a great father and 3 brothers, sister and mother. But my dad is a contractor who's always done construction his whole life, a carpenter of many trades. And he taught us all how to build houses, most especially my oldest brother Amos, who started Allison Construction with my dad. And after that, my 2 brothers, Ira and Jake, joined, and my sister on occasion, but I was lucky to join them and learn a lot of woodworking skills, building houses, stucco, concrete, plumbing, electrical. I was working with them for about 8 years, which was my job that I had before I could become an artist. And thanks to that, I mean, I can build my own frames for my paintings. And
So you did a lot of carpentry work for him? Is that what you did?
yeah, lots of everything, really.
Okay.
Living on the reservation, you don't quite have a choice on what kind of remodeling you do, so you just do everything.
Just take the opportunity.
Yeah. It really was nice to learn all of that and use it towards my own house later. So,
Wow.
and finally made it livable within 10 years. And so it's still there.
That's cool. Yeah. And all that's on Laguna still.
Yes, I've had a hand in building a lot of houses all around Laguna thanks to my dad. I can drive through the reservation and point out like, yeah, we did that roof, we did these guys' wall, we did their carport, we did this concrete pour, we built that whole extra addition. I mean, thanks to my dad, I can say, that I had a significant role in keeping the reservation put together.
That's pretty awesome. And are they still active?
Yeah, they are. They're not as active. My dad is semi-retired, so he does small jobs, nothing too big. They do it because they can't help it. It's what they know, and it keeps them young, my dad especially.
Good.
It's really wonderful. He knows everybody on the reservation. Yeah, I really like this place. It's kind of old, kind of gothic-y in a way, like early California style, but still kind of rough, and a slight bit of city, slight bit of small town. It's a whole nice mix of American livelihood. Isn't it nice? This is beautiful how
It is.
how the timing is, like all the flower blossoms on our footpath to guide our way. It's like, remember that movie Coming to America? How they would throw flower petals? Oh, welcome, Your Highness. Here, welcome. Here's your path of life you must walk. It's blessed for you.
So why'd you come here?
What brought me to California?
Yeah, I mean, why California? Like, you went all over the world, but what brought you to little Santa Rosa and Hillsburg?
Well, along the path, I met this guy, Alex, and we were long distance dating for a couple of years. And he would come from California to visit me in Santa Fe, or I'd come out here and visit with him and the kids. And on one Christmas visit, we both realized that the distance is too far.
Yeah.
How do we shorten that and make it easier for us?
Yeah.
And he's a psychiatrist here in town.
Okay.
So for him to get up and leave isn't the easiest option for him. So being an artist, I can just pick up my canvas and paints and keep moving. So it made sense for me to come out here. And it's my first time truly living this far away from New Mexico.
Uh-huh.
But I really, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's like an awakening. I get to try my hand at being an artist, not having to be in the Southwest, but just to be an artist.
Yeah.
And see how I play into American artistry instead of just Southwest, instead of just Native, instead of having to be all those things, which also brought the whole understanding of, using abstract work and letting that be a more powerful art form instead of just Native iconic stuff or just pottery design. It forced me to really try my own hand at being an artist with a slight bit of Native, but also to be just an artist and let the paint stroke be the power.
Yeah.
So I'm letting it be the power thanks to the embracement of finding the sky and this wonderful place.
Well, you seem very, very happy to do so.
I am, thanks.
That's cool. No, I mean, you definitely give off an energy of you can tell you're excited. That's the bottom line. You sound like you're very excited, happy. I mean, it's not like I know you very, very personally, but that's just the vibe immediately. You're very welcoming. And it seems like this place is giving you some energy that you probably never felt before. That's my assumption. Yeah. And the way you've explained everything, it seems like now you're going off the reservation and it all comes back to your art with the water drips, and I feel like that's probably like a new chapter starting in your life. Mm-hmm. And now we have rain, so it's bringing more water to your life.
It's definitely bringing on a growth spurt. Yeah. in inspiration, and then where my path is now needing to lead me, or where I'm needing to follow, however that is described. It's really just it makes the understanding of where my artwork needs to go so much more stronger, and it lets me see further instead of what I might have only seen on the reservation, what I might have only seen in the Southwest. Now I can see the connection further, like how do I make artwork, grand size, big and huge, that can be still connected to my style that I've started, the Pueblo influence, the pottery or whatever, and still let that be something even more bigger. And so I think this abstract series will allow me to do huge canvases and offer them to the Tate Modern in London and or the Louvre in Abu Dhabi, and hopefully I can use the connections that I have already and let that be something bigger, and then hopefully bring some native power and artists with me to be like, hey guys, let's do this together.
Yes.
Like no Red Rover singly. It's like, let's go as a group and like build each other up. So I'm hoping that will be the path or the bridge that I can build with everybody. Like singly we can be strong, but man, together it's so much bigger of a world.
Well, it goes back to what we were saying earlier, that a generation ago might have been, 2 generations ago might have been like, oh, that's the moon to bring our art that far, and for our own art to even allow us to go that far. But now we're talking as if it's like, no, it can happen. We just got to figure out who all wants to come along.
Yeah.
And it's a really good, we're living in a golden age. They're gonna look back on it as like, that was a turning point for all tribes of, look how much they reversed the whole narrative. Now they are the artists telling their own stories to different groups around the world, not someone buying a piece of art, taking it to the other side, some curator who is not native in the UK or, I don't know, Czechoslovakia or something like that, telling the story of a native, and now you're able to be there in person. Yes, I'm the artist, I did this piece, this is my story.
Yeah.
And here's my other fellow native artists from different tribes who also travel over here, telling their story.
Yeah. I know.
It's cool. It's like really cool.
Yeah, it lets it continue on, and hopefully like concentric circles, it just keeps emanating out. I mean, that's the power of water, or the power of like what can be influential and art. I mean, it inspires and it continues. So hopefully it does.
Yep. Is there any advice? What's the words of encouragement you want to give to future artists who come from a tribe as well?
Oh, I guess what, if I were in that position, what would I need to hear would just be like, kind of like just like keep strong with yourself. I know that like you have those strong histories and traditions that can build you up, and you can learn. And the people around you, you take care of them and they'll take care of you. Like, no matter what, things have to go hand in hand. It has to be symbiotic and helpful for, all those around you. But if you build up those people, they'll equally build you up. And I hope that if they don't, you can cut those ties and still know that you can be strong alone. So I guess no matter what, you're never alone, but I hope that for all artists, they just believe in themselves and stay true to what they want and do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That made me feel really cool. Telling my own story in the middle of a street. In this place, like, this is really cool. I mean, I never really thought that, I know, huh? Maybe we could do the next one in a forest or something, or along the beach.